Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. November 2nd. Your strength lies in psychic abilities and the ability to inspire the masses. You can empower yourself without your ego getting in the way. I mean, like, right? What does that even mean?
I don't know what it means, but I know that he's not here
I don't even think we need the book on the
any
set
longer.
No.
He's as gone as that photo is.
Seriously, look at that.
How?
Hi. Oh,
Are we on? Nobody gave us a cue.
nobody gave us a cue.
Sorry, guys. You were talking
That's okay. That's all right.
Are
That's
we on or
fine.
not?
Thanks a lot.
You're
Thanks,
on.
Ed.
We're
Thank
live.
you.
Thank
Hello, everyone.
Are we Regis and Kathy Lee? What are we?
I don't know, but apparently they think he's still here. Listen, hi everyone. Carolyn Hennessy and
I'm going to erase his name.
That's right.
Craig Shoemaker here.
Craig Shoemaker. And welcome to the first episode of Carolyn and Craig's Cosmic Comedy.
Well, I don't know how much. There'll be a lot of cosmic.
I think there'll be a lot of cosmic, but it's or how to have fun while being profound. So we all know that you are expecting Nick Newmont.
Maybe not. Maybe they just stumbled upon this. It's a nice graphic. It's a nice opening. The graphics that they have.
That was very
me.
nice. That was very nice. Thank you.
I don't even think it matters if Nick's here or
Thank
not.
you, Ed,
just
for
the
putting that
graphics
together
alone would draw
so
people
fast. You might think about giving us a cue the next
in.
time.
It's a nice
So,
title.
at any
Except
rate,
for I'll just erase the
we'll
Nick
do this.
part.
Yes, exactly.
There we go.
So here's the thing. Management and Mr. Newmont have unfortunately come to a parting of the ways, and we were asked kind of last minute to.
We weren't asked. We demanded.
Sort of. We brought this show.
As soon as I had my opening here, I
That's
just went
exactly
for it.
right.
Last
And-
time I was here, but you're probably the same way. It's a nice studio.
Exactly. And so they thought,
Nice
hey, let's
title,
put
good
us together.
graphics.
At any rate.
Now it's our names. Look at that.
So I'm sure that Nick, once he has recovered a little bit, we'll have we'll get another show, and maybe it'll be just as popular
He'll be
as
fine.
mainstream
He'll be
metaphysics. I'm sure he will. But welcome to our show.
I mean, I'm
Welcome to our
sure
show.
it's not going to please all of his fans.
No, it's not. But you know what? We're going to try to fill the gap, and we have a
Catch that, by the way. It's all his fan.
See, we're already starting.
Even Audrey's not even going to
the
watch
cosmic
it.
comedy.
Even Audrey wasn't watching him anymore.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I just talked to her the other day, and it's like, of course, I don't think she knew that this was coming either. Anyway, we have a great theme song coming, and
Audrey's not
it doesn't
watching.
have any
Audrey,
words
are you
yet.
happy that it's us and not
Right?
Nick? You see him all the
Exactly.
time. Now this is fresh for
Can you imagine what her home life is going to be like?
I can't believe that she didn't get the memo here.
So we're going to be taking some calls. We're going to be doing a little sketch. We're going to be having some wonderful guests in, some actual interesting guests.
I don't know what the sketches are, who the guests are, but
That's
they're going to
okay.
be here
That's
according
all
to
right.
Carolyn.
I've got it.
Listen,
I've
I
got
learned
it
a
right
long
up
time.
here.
I was married to someone named Carolyn, so I know to just let it go.
Let it go.
Let you
That's it.
take control.
That's it. And then he comes in.
I learned about
Right.
women a long
Set
time
'em up.
ago. I suffer from
right.
correctile dysfunction.
Just
Even
said,
the dogs are heckling me over here.
hi, we're filming.
Oh man, what a game! What the heck is going on?
Oh, hi.
That's Nick.
What is going on? What are you doing?
We had to get started without you.
What do you mean you had to get started without me?
That's not what happened.
You're late.
What do you mean?
That's not what
What do you
happened.
mean late? He's not supposed to. Hey.
What are you doing?
No.
What do you mean? No.
Well,
It's
They
mainstream metaphysics. It's my show.
Well,
Actually,
see, if you
it's-
look there, it's just the title's
I
still
don't-
there with no name.
I don't think we should do this right now.
What do you mean
I don't
not
think we
right
should
now?
do this right
I'm sorry. We had to go. The show has to go on. You know.
The
What
show.
do you mean?
Nick,
What you back there, Ed Sullivan?
Nick, you've been.
What do you?
You've
Right,
been
really.
canceled.
I have not been
You've been
canceled. I exist.
I'm sorry to say that, but
You wouldn't know by the way you're dressed.
I had a
I'm
huge
just-
game. We beat Thousand Oaks.
Do you want to do this in front of us?
Oh, we can do this. You just pirated my show. What?
Well, it doesn't look like you're really ready to be here.
First of all, we didn't pirate
We
your
were.
show.
Look how we're dressed.
Exactly.
We got blue and blue
We got a-
over here. It's a whole matching
We got a
thing.
call from management that said that they were just done with you and the shenanigans and the diva
Shenanigans?
and the whole
And I
thing.
have a lot in common. Astrology. I actually have a birth sign.
We can talk
I know a
forever
lot
about
about this.
our mainstream metaphysics.
What is this?
My kids
Carolyn
have a birth sign. I know
Craig's
about
cosmic comedy.
Well-
it's chaotic commode.
chaotic.
That's what you could come up with. That's
my
the
God,
funniest
Well,
thing.
in
that
a
you
moment
come-
like this-
chaotic
Really?
commode.
No,
This is
no, you're done.
seriously.
You should
You're
start.
done.
You better start channeling Shecky Green or something.
I'm gonna get a new channel completely. The show's gone to the
Good
dog.
idea.
Look at this.
That's a service. That's a service animal.
Okay,
It
is
says
a
it
service
right on
animal.
there. It says it.
It's an
written
emotional
right on.
service animal. It's
an
an
emotional-
emotional support animal for me.
Somebody.
So that I don't go
think
off
you
on
might
you.
want to pass it on to Nick over.
Anyway,
He's
Nick,
having an
no,
emotional
sorry.
breakdown over here.
Sorry.
You could use a dog or a cat or a Wolverine or something.
Why didn't anyone tell me this, Ed?
They did.
We tried to reach you. I couldn't get a hold of
Oh,
you.
you tried to
big
reach
surprise!
me with
you
your
tried to
short arm?
Couldn't get a hold of Nick. Big surprise.
I have 2 different phone numbers, an email, text. No one reaches out to me. This
All
is,
right, wait.
This is
Audrey, did you hear
ridiculous.
that? He's got Audrey. He's got a burner account. He's got a burner account.
See, that's the cosmic
At
comedy
his,
right there.
at his age, he's got
All
a burner
right.
phone.
Give me my check back.
He's got a burner phone. A check. You don't get a check for it. You don't
No.
get a check for
Bye,
two-
Nick. Bye. All right. So, well, that was interesting and a little unfortunate. But you can also see how much, I don't even know if he was on camera, how Nick doesn't look like this anymore. So, anyway, it's a shame. So, oh, he's back. Oh, hello.
Nick, that chair's not even in the shot. That's how much you know about television.
I'm in the shot now.
What?
What?
All right. Hey!
Don't mess.
April
April
Fool.
Fools!
Jeez.
Like, I really don't
Thank
think
God it's over
we
because
fooled anybody.
that was some of the worst acting I've seen since Potsy
Truly.
on Happy Days.
Truly.
That was.
Oh, my God.
Audrey wrote, "How shameful you take advantage of this while he's busy with his softball career." The softball career that pays so well.
That's
High
right.
school sports.
That's right.
That's so
Look
funny.
how he dresses for his own show. We dress better than he did. Maybe
It's
we
true.
should have taken
For
over.
once.
We should have taken over. The way. You
Oh,
know,
my
like,
God.
Well, don't worry. Now that management has seen how delightful and clever we are, I'm sure we'll be getting that offer for our own show very soon.
There's a management.
Oh, what? Oh,
Wow.
my God. Look what
Audrey.
Audrey wrote. Oh, my God.
Well, that's because
Who's she saying that to? Is that
she's,
to me or
she's
you?
saying that about someone that you mentioned
Yeah.
about 30 seconds ago.
And when playing,
And when we play celebrity, when his name goes in the bowl, the only
Yes.
clue that we ever need to give is asshole.
Oh, I'm not in on this.
No,
I
you're
took
not.
It personal.
well, you have
I
to
see
come
it.
when we play celebrity.
That's
I
right.
will be there. I don't,
right.
I don't
Oh, my
even know
God.
who celebrities are anymore.
That's right. So,
Who knows any
would
celebrities
you like to take
anymore?
over your show?
No, you're not allowed to
Why
take over.
ruin something good? It was going well.
It was going well, and until your bad acting came in, I was trying to keep a straight face
You
with
were
your acting.
You were, you
His
were doing.
his
Absolutely.
acting was just.
That's right. You were absolutely
yeah,
not
it's-
acting.
I was going. Thank God he's not on camera. It's bad enough hearing his voice with the bad acting. What's going on here? I'm appalled. What is happening? It's like you had cue cards.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
What is going on in my studio?
In my
it's
studio.
my show.
Hey,
What are you doing?
hey, I'm angry.
leaving.
It was hard to keep a straight face through it.
Well, same here for a different
Oh,
reason.
my God.
Well, also, I mean, look, this is like prop comedy 101.
Well, when the
Carrot
funny
Top
thing
uses
is about
that in Vegas for his act.
Yeah, my book.
Yeah,
Oh my
Pulls
God!
it out.
So when that was taken in 2001, the publishers wanted that kind of look. They said you have to have that look. Every picture you're going to have has to be that, and
And what was that look?
It's
with the longer
how did-
hair.
It's like-
they wanted you know.
I thought you meant
Look.
the look like a serial killer that looks like.
no.
Isn't that Richard Ramirez?
Oh,
Yes. So what are we doing?
Isn't that the Night Stalker?
yes.
The Night Stalker was Richard Ramirez.
That's the Night Stalker.
Nick.
They said, give us the Richard Ramirez look.
He looks like he's in a
it'll attract a
windstorm.
lot of people.
Yes.
Women go for prisoners.
like-
You know, women marry prisoners.
They do.
They was thinking, women, you're going to sell a lot of books to a lot
Eric
of women
and, Eric and
because you
Lyle
look like you're
Menendez,
headed
I
for
think, are
prison
both
there.
married. No, this is Nick's. I look like I'm in a windstorm, but I'm standing still.
Dorothy.
That was the precursor to Zoolander.
Oh man. Look what, see, again, you don't come when we play Celebrity. Michael Place is writing, Nick should reenact his Fred Flintstone from Celebrity Trivia.
That was very funny.
Oh my God.
That was
Did you
very funny.
yabba dabba do?
No, it was all.
We could only mine.
That's right. You have been on the celebrity list when we play Celebrity.
Yeah, your name comes
I'm
up.
sure nobody got that one. I mean,
No, we do.
I mean,
We do.
I've got a big credit here. For 10 minutes, I was a co-host of a failed show that we failed from just the beginning.
I don't know. I really didn't think we found our legs. I just didn't think it was allowed to find its legs yet.
I thought we found our legs.
I don't
they
know.
were broken.
No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
this one is not going to match up there with the 5-year anniversary show. It's
Oh, I think it might. I think it might.
once this goes to YouTube, people
We're
are gonna
just,
go,
how many minutes in are we? We're only 14 minutes in.
I'm still trying to cover your name here. I think it was better with you and me.
I totally
there
agree.
you go. So it is April Fool's Day. It's April 1st.
I don't think we fooled anybody.
I don't think we did either. So
I thought Audrey was fooled.
now I have to tell you something about Audrey. I'm
good.
not a
Is
prank.
it juicy and
Yeah, I'm not a prankster. Believe it or not, and I'm the former comic and all that, but Audrey is the prankster. And there's a story that I'm going to tell about Audrey. Then you two love to hear if you've pranked or been pranked. And so we threw a Halloween party, major Halloween party, the house we used to live in, and oh my God, Audrey goes, didn't fool me.
Damn.
So everybody's in costume, and Audrey gets this idea that she wants to prank the entire audience by having a fake seance. And everybody's in their Halloween costumes. And
They're not all fake? Or some of them are actually real? Yay.
So she says, gets everyone in the living room, and the party was great. Music going, everyone's in a great mood. This is how to kill a party.
And then Audrey wants to do a seance.
So, and I'm in my Batman costume, that like the studio quality rubber. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sitting there, and Audrey thinks we're going to go into this thing, and she's going to like scream something, scare the hell out of everybody. Here's where it went awry. I'm going in, and all of a sudden, because it was actually on November 1st, which is All Souls Day. And guess what I start to experience when I go in? Like, stuff is going on, like for real. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching all this. And so Audrey, I'm being quiet, and everybody's being quiet. Audrey goes, thinking to herself, oh, did he fall asleep? Thinking, because it's so quiet. And as it turns out, I really did start to channel, and I started to pick up on things about people. And started talking.
Did you say them to them?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I see Audrey's laughing. She knows. And the long story short is the prank was really on Audrey because it took the life out of the party. It changed it from this. It went from this fun, dancing, loud music, house was all decorated, to it was Halloween, all right. It turned into a morgue, all right. She pulled the plug on the party. And Audrey
She didn't mean to.
She didn't mean to. It
She
wasn't
thought it would be fun.
Yes, and Audrey has this thing about, she actually has this little sick sense of humor. And she will prank people, she'll sneak up on people, and she'll find things funny. Not like she would hurt anyone, I don't mean that.
Sure.
But she will do things. She'll pull pranks on people.
Yeah.
She's a jokester.
She's a jokester, trickster,
I
a merry
like
prankster.
I like to prank people.
And what have you done to people on April Fool? Any time?
I see, for me...
Well, you fooled 2 wives.
That's actually 3.
And scene.
you're
I think we're done. I think we can go out on that.
So, there's a Ford Explorer. This is back in the day, and before like high tech was happening. And I found this thing in the back that had volume, and you could change the channel from the back seat. There was the buttons here, right? So I turned to my friend. I go, "Hey, Danny, you have a voice control for the volume and for the channel." And he says, "Yeah." I said, "They see a little hole," and I pointed. It was like a little screw hole. I just made it up. I go, if you scream into there, down station, up volume, down volume, it'll go up. I got my hand back here, and he goes, really? He goes, up volume. And I said, that's not loud enough. And he goes, up volume. the volume would go up. So, oh my God, it's unbelievable. I never knew this. I said, I have an Explorer, Danny. I can tell you it works. Now do the station. He goes, down station. No, not loud enough. Down station. Now it goes, down station. He keeps doing it until he gets to a good station. It goes on and on, right? So then, like a week later, he told me he called the dealer. He said it was broken. His voice control it was broken, and the guy goes, "Well, let me go get somebody else to see what you're talking about." Because he didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. And he came back and he goes, "I think you got pranked." And he hasn't talked to me since.
Nicely done.
It was 20 years ago.
Nicely done.
Have you ever
He was so mad at me.
Well,
I don't know why. I don't know why he was that.
Was
mad.
it just the two of you in the car?
Yeah, it was just the two of us in the car. But I did it for me. I just did it because when I walked away, he dropped me off. I watched him going, down station. Then it was just made me laugh so hard.
oh man.
You know, I mean, he's not the only one I've done it to, by the way. But now that the technology's so high, you really can yell at it and tell it to do whatever you want to do. I'd have Alexa in my place. You know, yeah. And the problem is, I don't get along with women these days. I go, Alexa. She goes, what now, Craig? What now?
What'd you do?
What'd you do? It's always the dudes. We always do something wrong, don't we?
Right.
Well,
It's, when you get divorced, you were divorced, right?
Yes.
When you get
first
divorced,
time around.
literally people will say to you, what'd you do? They never think it's the woman.
Right.
No, what'd you do? Oh, I was there when she joined the cult, but that's about all I did. Yeah, my ex-wife joined a cult.
did she really?
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
A cult? I mean, was it like a
It's like
money cult, a sex cult, a drug cult?
All of it.
Oh, okay.
All of the above.
Okay.
Yeah, they check all the boxes. Yeah, they have. It was this woman that like tells women to get their sovereign freedom and get out of their golden cage. And they all get. She convinces mamas. She goes, "Come on, mamas." You know, she preys upon these certain types, and then all these women left their husbands and families. Yeah, she's good.
Is your ex-wife still in the cult?
Oh yeah.
Is she really?
Oh, very much so.
How many
We
years?
split custody. She's been with her for a number of years. She went to a first cult to begin with. She brought her to a woman. Now, I should have got the clue when her name was Raven Star with 2 R's.
Oh yeah. That.
Yeah, you know, the wellness grifters that are out there. Yeah, so they got 80 grand out of me. And I said, get out of there. And then that woman turns her. She got $500,000 from all the other people, including the new leader. She brought us in there, and then she then became the leader, and now everybody follows her right into destruction of marriages.
See, this stuff is taken what we knew from 30 years ago, the storefront gypsies with the neon palm.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
now it's like hundreds of thousands. Back then it was like, this person put a curse on you, and for $1,000 I'll light a candle and I'll remove the curse.
Exactly.
Now it's like hundreds of thousands.
Oh yeah.
They've taken it to a whole.
Absolutely.
In fact, they should just get into like
It's
multi-level
such a
marketing,
ruse.
multi-level cursing. You know.
Well, actually, they are multi-level.
Oh my God.
Are they into multi-level marketing?
Oh, they've always been. They sell soap. They change products all the time. They've been in the water system for a while now. They have a water thing.
Water systems.
Yeah, water system.
Those are
It's
huge.
allegedly, this is going to cure cancer and everything. But anyway, and then
Proionic water
and they
or something
sell.
like that.
They're into. They sell sex products too. They sell. That's the other thing they sell. This woman's. She left her husband, so has to tell everybody on Instagram that I had a one-night stand. I'm like reading this stuff. We were married at the time. We go, this isn't good for the little kids.
No.
She goes, well, they don't read it. The parents do.
Yeah, the
You know,
parents do.
so and then they have podcasts about. It's unbelievable. It's just to watch it. And the odd thing about it is my dad had his own cult.
Your dad.
So
had
they
his
say
own
you
cult.
marry your mother. I marry my dad. So
Wow.
I
except for
married
the-
my mother.
Oh, really?
Kinda. Yeah.
Like kind of like a little.
Just in terms of the.
What are the similarities? Controlling.
Yes. Yeah. I think my brother and sister-in-law are watching, so I'm not going to say.
Nah.
I'm not going to say anymore. I just did.
Yeah, you just did.
Suffice to say. Yeah. Yeah.
Play that back.
That's interesting. Yeah, right. Hello. Oh, hello.
I gave you a
Are we
close-up so you
close-up?
could say it even
So I
deeper.
could say
Now we
it
know
back.
who she is. Well, you know, it's funny. Your wife joined a cult, and Carolyn and I are occult.
We are occult.
We're into occult practices.
Yes, yes.
Is that what you consider?
Irish.
Well, the word occult actually
Occult.
means secretive, hidden. It doesn't mean anything dark or
It doesn't mean satanic.
not at all.
No,
it just means
behind the veil.
occult practice is something that's,
Really? She
Yeah.
was
hidden.
good at that too. She hid everything. She changed the password of the bank account. And when I sold the house that I bought before I knew her, she stole the money.
Is this the
That
mother
was-
of the kids?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
But I thought that was like the occult. I thought the occult was sort of like deep and dark.
no.
It can be.
It can be if it's
Sure.
misused.
Sure, of course.
Oh well, they kind of misused it. When you don't steal, when you steal
Yeah.
money, it's kind of misused.
It's just the occult is supernatural. It's which
Right.
and supernatural is something
Supernatural.
extrasensory.
You need another word.
beyond
I
the
think
veil.
you need another word.
We'll work
Because
on that. Craig.
we think us civilians, the non-occults, we think that it sounds very
It's Ouija board.
Beelzebub.
It's Ouija
normies.
boards.
Actually,
and
I'm
the
not. I'm a
Exorcist.
psychic, but so now it's apparently I'm in the occult.
You are.
Yeah.
These
But you
are
just didn't
occult-
know.
I do
occult
readings. I
practices.
never knew I was part of that club.
Were you
I'm always
happier
looking
30
for a new.
seconds ago when you didn't know?
Yeah, I'm going to go back out
All
of
right,
the cult. The occult. I am sensitive to cults. After my dad had one too.
Your dad had a cult. Was the leader of a cult.
The leader of a
like
cult,
a
yeah.
Jim Jones-esque kind of figure.
Yeah, he only had 14, but still, it was enough. He had
They drank
14
the
women.
Kool-Aid?
And one of them was your mother.
No.
No.
He left when I was born, and then he started accumulating women. He called his harem, and they
jeez.
literally called it his harem. And then they had mule rides to feed the cult, not the occult, but the occult. The mule rides in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, and he had like a mother-daughter, and he had like, and he was just like.
He's not a
Actual
Mormon.
mule rides, or they muled for
Big
him.
mules, big, gigantic, bred with Clydesdales and Perchons and draft horses.
Holy mackerel!
18 hands high. They gallop. They were amazing animals. I used to go up and actually hang with them and help them build. I'm going to tell you guys a secret to cults, by the way. I'm fascinated by it, and I did learn this. So I would go up with my roommates, Rob, Steve, and Mike, right? And what he would do each day, he would get us together and he would rate us. He would go, Rob's number 1, Steve's number 2, you're number 3, just as you're my son, doesn't make you number 1. Mike, you're out there, you're number 4. And what it does is you compete. So he would have these women compete for his affection and his calling you number 1. He called himself the King of the Poconos. You got to sleep in the same room with the King of the Poconos if you were the best that day. You're giving faces. If you knew him, you'd be in a cult.
Raise the Red Lantern. It's like
Oh yeah, it was
Wow.
really, really deep and dark, but never a cult. He wasn't secretive about it. He was right out there with it. And these women would join. One of the funniest moments of my life, I was doing a show in the Poconos and at Caesars, right? And the guy's giving me a tour. He's got that. Remember those coal miner accents from back east?
Absolutely.
He goes, well, Craig, he thinks I'm this Hollywood guy. They sent a limo for me and my name's in lights and stuff. He goes, over here, Craig, while you're staying here, you could play racquetball. You got quoits. You know what quoits are? You know what quoits are there, Craig? And he looks up and he goes, oh my gosh, there's A.J. Shoemaker and his harem. What's that nut doing here? And I got to go, that's my dad. And I hadn't seen him in years. He walks up, he steals my cheese tray, my complimentary cheese tray. He goes, hey, look at this. Take it to the girls at the ranch. Judy loves Gouda.
he stole your cheese tray.
Told my cheese tray. And then the next day, after I do the show, I'm doing autographs. He's getting them to sign up for mule rides. Tell him who the real love master is. And then he's signing people up 7 a.m. Bang, 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 my hotel room. Come on, they're all going. They all want a mule ride with you. So I had one mule ride after another, pretending we were once a father and son team. We're making up stories and stuff. But yeah, you take people in the mountains.
But you went. You didn't say, Dad, sayonara.
How could you say no to the guy that left you when you were a boy and never paid attention and treats you, left me in the middle of neighborhoods with a wagon filled with brochures to go knock on doors and ask if they wanted an estimate to have their cesspool converted to a sewer. How do you let that go?
I wouldn't.
Yeah. I tried to bond with him my whole life, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, the father-son thing. What was your dad relationship like?
Very stoic, very,
He was there, though.
He was there. Yeah, he was there.
Physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not a lot of,
Right.
no huggies?
Not a lot, no.
Not a lot of that?
That my dad's side of the family was very, very stuffed. Like my mom's side is all Italian, and my dad's side, his mom was Italian, but my grandfather, they were all Hungarian, and that kind of. And that's what my dad took on.
So they got a little. The old country, they get a little stiff. Yeah, anyway,
A little stiff, little barrel-chested,
Right.
great drinkers.
Right.
Sure. They can hold it better than the Italians.
Drinking plenty of Hennessy.
Certainly can hold it better than the
A
Irish.
lot of Hennessy.
Yeah.
I know. That was a reference.
I wish.
Audrey's saying, I'm just waiting for Craig to say April Fools.
No.
Oh,
No.
that's right. It's April Fool's, folks. None of these are made up. I wish my life was made up. I have stuff that I can't even believe. My friend said you should do a series because, and he knows me my whole life. And we were walking the other day. I had told him stuff he had never heard before, and I've known him my entire life. It's just one thing after the next, and it's like all these stories, but they're all real, and it made me a comedian. I had one dark story.
Go ahead.
God, we went from April Fool's to
Go ahead.
Halloween.
I can make
Wow.
anything fun though and funny. That's the whole key. I mean, that's really the key to my life. I started something that you might be interested in, especially being from the occult. Being from the occult, I created something called the Seventh Sense Society. You know what the Seventh Sense is?
No.
Sense of humor.
Sure. I love
so
it.
we need to develop
I
our
love
sense
it.
of humor. So I'm really creating this whole society and getting people together so we can really strengthen that. We all have the five senses. Some of us have a great sixth sense. But this is the seventh sense, and that's my area of expertise to the point where I can make anything funny. This is a true story. I was kidnapped as a kid. I was 13. Terrible situation. I came back. My mom says, don't you ever tell anyone. And I was suicidal. And I took these neckties and I put them over the door and I tied them to the it's not April Fool's, but I tied them to the doorknob and I made a noose and I dangled for a little bit and I was choking. My mom walked in. And this is typical for my mother. She goes, oh my God, what are you doing? Those are new neckties. Get up. I'm glad you laughed. Carol was appalled.
No, I'm just relating it to someone that I know. But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Those are new neckties, and
Like
that is it in a nutshell. But like I have to. But here's the story that I tell people, because I coach and stuff. Radical acceptance is the key to everything. I radically accept my mom. So I just saw her this week in Philadelphia, and it is so wonderful to live like that because I'm resentment free. I mean, I have no resentments towards her. She's still the same. She's still the same selfish and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm not saying it to be mean. If she just isn't, she just is not one. She's not motherly and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
One time I won this award, the Independent Film Festival, the Love Master movie won. It's a Farrah Fawcett. There's a whole big 15,000 people downtown, and Robin Williams is there. I said, my mom loves celebrities. I said, Robin, will you talk to my mother? I'm going to call her in Philadelphia. I thought she loves movies. And he goes, oh, the Love Master's mother. Oh, yes, I will. Put her on the phone. I said, great, Robin. So he's standing. I said, Mom. She goes, hello? I go, Mom, I'm standing here with Robin Williams who's going to talk to you. My film just won the Independent Film Festival. Can you believe it? And there's this pause, and she goes, that's very nice, Craig. You know not to call me during Jeopardy. As she's hanging up, I hear, who was Anwar Sadat? She gets one more question. And Robin Williams, I turned to her, I said, she hung up on me, just goes, I understand.
Yes.
He understands. This is what we come from.
Right, exactly.
That's the thing. A lot of comedians come from pain. We
Yep.
transmute the pain into laughter, which is so important in our society. It's undervalued. Now, you wouldn't know this by our comedy stylings in the beginning of this show.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was Nick blew it. We were
We
great.
were fine.
We were great.
I think we were grounded.
Nick came in
Very
with that bad
grounded.
acting. I was going, oh my God, what is he doing? Then he had the fake anger going.
There was a certain reality that you and I were.
We stayed in the reality of the moment, yeah.
Exactly.
We used
Audrey
our
says she
status
wasn't
light.
fooled, but I don't know that I buy that. I don't know that I buy it.
When I was little, I was quite the chatterbox, and my mother said to me, and when I was doing comedy, I actually put this in my act, and my mother said, someday I hope you go on television. As a little kid, I was like, really? Why? She goes, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to turn you off. She
Oh,
said that,
mothers are so
right?
Oh, that's brutal.
Right? And so when
Appropriate at all
I was
times.
on Santa Barbara, the soap, I called my mother and I said, oh, did you watch the show? And she goes, yeah. I said, well, that makes you one hell of a liar. And she goes, what are you talking about? And I said, that was your opportunity to turn me off, and you watched. See?
Oh, I thought you meant it really wasn't on. You were
Oh, it was. Oh,
you
yeah.
were testing
I
her.
gave her hell about that.
How long were you on?
I don't know, a year or so.
A whole year?
I didn't know you were on that long. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I would come in and out. I wasn't on every episode, but it was a recurring character. I was the chauffeur for one of the rich families.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The chauffeur.
I had one of those uniforms and all that kind of thing.
Speaking of which, Fido, hello Fido Xavier, our dear friend, General Hospital director, and now a director on a on a new soap called Behind the Gates. Fido from our
Right. Game night.
Celebrity Night.
Right.
Hello Fido. Fido says he's loving the show.
Good.
How do you know that?
How do I know what?
Right
I don't
there.
see Fido on there.
That's okay.
What-
Oh, there. Oh, it's spelled Fido. Fido. Xavier.
Fido Xavier.
Spelled it a little different there.
Did you want FIDO?
Well, I thought it was like the dog. First, I thought you
No.
were talking about your dog. I thought
No.
that dog's name was Fido.
My dog's name is-
but it's
I would say the dog's name,
You
except
do.
he's right there and he's asleep. So let's just let sleeping dogs lie, shall we?
Oh, yes, there. We haven't heard that one
it's
before.
Fido. I studied French in high school. And that was the worst move in my life because I moved to Los Angeles where these pockets of French neighborhoods I run into in Los Angeles. I'm like, où est la station? Hey, man. Chicken de madre. Thank you. I wish my mother well. I can't speak Spanish. When I got here,
I was just saying your Spanish accent is par excellence.
I have a good...
No.
no. I didn't think I did. I don't
Not
speak
even-
any... 2 years when I moved here, I called it Sepulveda Boulevard. How about you're from Pennsylvania? Did you mess up the pronunciations too? Because we didn't have any Spanish
Well, that
people there.
Sepulveda intersects with Pico.
Pico,
Right.
Tajunga,
Yeah.
Tajunga.
Junga,
Could,
Cahuenga,
Oh, that was a rough one.
I'm sure.
La Cienega, I still have a rough time with.
La
Cienega,
Cienega.
Cienega. I was like, what the hell? That was terrible. I just walked.
Anyway, Fido's name is spelled correctly for the French pronunciation, and it is Fido.
like we know out here, it's Wilshire Boulevard, but being from back east, Wiltshire.
Wilshire, yeah, exactly.
Wilshire.
How about the town Cerritos?
Cerritos?
Cerritos.
This guy goes, I'm riding, he goes, it's Cerritos. I said, I think
I-
it's Cerritos. I said, well, pull over. We'll ask the first person we see. I pull over to the restaurant, the guy's behind the counter. I said, where are we? And say it slow. Burger King. Settled that bet.
So when I worked at Saks Fifth Avenue, Woodland Hill, in Beverly Hills, so it was around the time of the Rose Bowl, okay? And people would come from the Big Ten, the University of Iowa. So this guy comes into the suit department, okay, and he's got on a plaid shirt and striped shorts. I mean, he's right off the farm in Iowa.
Or the
okay?
golf course.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not
All right.
even. Not even.
All right.
And he said to us on the floor, how do you get to that there Rodeo Drive?
Yeah. That's right. I forgot rodeo.
Right.
Rodeo Drive is just down the street on the left.
Who
sir.
did make it rodeo? It's rodeo. You ever think about that? Who created that? Some Hollywood thing? Rodeo. We'll call rodeo. It's not a rodeo. It's a rodeo.
Right. Some faux sophisticate.
I remember the Beverly Hillbillies. That was my entree to Beverly
Hills. Right.
Beverly
I
Hills.
still watch them every once in a while on Pluto. Pluto, the free TV with all the old like classic TV.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I love that. too.
Columbo every night at 8:00.
One more thing.
Just one more thing. He was so good.
You know what my kids love? They love, well, I'm friends with the girl from Bewitched.
Erin Murphy?
Yeah.
I love Erin. She's
Yeah,
a very dear friend of
awesome.
mine.
Yeah, Tabitha. Yeah. Well, but, she should be watching right now. Why don't you text her and tell her to watch us? She's awesome. But my kids love the show.
Bewitched?
Yeah,
It was a
she's
great
the
show. It
only
was so
surviving
much fun.
character. Even guest
Look at all
stars. She's the
three.
only one.
Oh my God, I'm from Florida. I said Rodeo Drive in a southern accent. It was horrific.
Rodeo.
Audrey should tell the story sometime, and I'm not going to tell it, about the first time she ever tried to eat an artichoke.
You got to be
Why don't
kidding
you?
me.
I think you
I have
need
the
to tell
same
it.
story.
Because it's basically like a plant pranked her. Go ahead. Tell it.
It's like a prank.
Yeah.
They came along. And I'm like trying to be rich. You know, what I mean, with all the rich people. I was a young kid, very poor from Philadelphia, and we're at this party. I'll never forget. I go, oh, hors d'oeuvre, sir.
Eat the
An
whole
artichoke.
thing.
I popped the whole freaking artichoke leaf in my mouth. It's caught in the back of my throat, and I'm trying not to choke in front of everybody. They're going, so what do you do? You know, it was a real snobby part. I work for Mr. Murdoch. Yeah, this rich guy took me there. I never took me back.
All right.
Is that what her story
Audrey,
is? too?
you don't mind if Nick tells the artichoke story? Of course you don't. That's good.
No, that she was
She's
chewing
smiling.
the leaf. She kept chewing the leaf, and finally the waiter came over and explained to her, "Excuse me, miss."
Good.
You know,
Just drag
right.
it. Yeah.
And
yeah.
of course, it happens all the
I
time.
love that I'm not alone. Audrey,
I get into like cycles of eating where it's like I will eat the same thing. I will eat it for sometimes weeks on end, and sometimes I'll get into like an artichoke frenzy. I will boil or steam, 8 of them, put some in the refrigerator, and just sit down and just.
Now, by the
just-
way, for all the culinary friends, I make my Italian family recipe stuffed artichokes, and they are to die for.
I wouldn't know. I've never been invited.
Well-
Have you, Craig?
I want to be rich enough to have somebody else take my artichokes out for me, take my crabs out of the crab, take my crab legs, the meat out, and then pile it up for me. They do all the work for me. That's how rich I want to be. Do people do that when they're really rich? Have all that done for them. That's
If
what I
they're
would do.
also insane.
Why would I be insane? It's just I want to
Yeah.
eat this stuff. I don't
Yeah.
feel like
You don't want to
ma-
shuck your own oysters?
No, I don't want to do any. I don't want to shuck that.
I feel you'd be like
That
that.
wasn't
Here.
No,
Kenneth-
I moved it. I moved.
I feel like you'd be that guy from the original Dune, the one that has Sting like on a leash. That Kenneth, what's his name, Kenneth or right? And he just sort of flies around. He's like that lazy.
That's-
that lazy and that.
Aubrey says she wouldn't be
Grotesque.
that rich too.
Sometimes sometimes I think if I were to have a lot of money, that would be the first thing I would do, because then you could have piles of it. Come on, I need more, and just they crack.
That's
it
how
away.
they ended up in the movie
That's
WALL-E.
called going on a cruise.
That's WALL-E, the movie WALL-E. That people became so lazy and
Wait a minute,
complacent.
they do that on cruises?
Oh, they'll do anything you want on a cruise.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
The
pretty
next
much.
time I go on a
Pretty
cruise, I'm
much.
going to remember
That's
that.
why
Yeah.
the boat starts rocking, you know.
I had no idea.
Oh, cruising
So-
is the way to go.
One cruise I was on, that was not happening. It was not wealthy people either. It was the
I went-
opposite. It looked like a rascal scooter convention.
When did you?
They were
where
like
did you
shit.
go?
There was like they were,
well, yes. Most people on cruises are up there. They're octogenarians, but that's why the staff enjoys the younger set, and I consider myself on a cruise the younger set. They'll do anything. They enjoy great
what
conversation.
cruise is that?
I went on a Viking cruise up the Danube. Up the Danube.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a river
All
cruise.
right. Oh, it's got to be like a snooty cruise. All right. I went on the boat version of Laughlin.
Speaking of Laughlin, so a couple of weeks ago, the softball team, the varsity, travels to play in Bullhead City. So we
Oh.
stay in Laughlin.
Yeah.
Now, you can gamble in Laughlin, okay?
Yeah, right.
That's where Laughlin ends is comparison to Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Laughlin is a bunch of people that are retired and smoke, and
Unbelievable.
and it's just sad.
They're lined up the buffet, smoking out of their trach hole.
Right.
Hello, I have a coupon. Was that mean? But it's true.
Right.
Yeah,
Laughlin
I took
is
pictures of
just
the people.
sad.
It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. I took pictures. It's Night of the Living Dead. It's unbelievable. They just sit there, pulling on levers, just pressing things. This is my life when it's come down to.
Hit me.
It's no, they're not in
So
any.
was it-
There's nothing
was this-
live. That's a live thing in a blackjack. There's nobody playing that. It's machines.
So this
They don't
cruise, was
speak
it like
to
a cruise around a lake? Was it? Or was
Oh,
it?
it
Was
was
it,
in Mexico. Not the great part of Mexico, the one where they sell the chiclets.
was it Princess? Like a
I was
Princess
all
cruise?
excited.
Rosarita Beach,
Exactly. I was so
Ensenada.
excited. I'm going to go to Mexico,
Ensenada.
and all it was is chiclets. It was not like I thought. Oh, tropical. And then the next time I went, I didn't even get off the boat.
Well, because you end up in places like Papa's and Beer and
That's
all those
exactly right. They just
singer
wait for
frogs.
They wait for the idiots to come in. And they sell you watered down drinks, and the kids pickpocket you and sell you chiclets for what money's left.
Then they make girls drink beer out of these giant
Yep.
penises. You know.
I'm sorry. Let's just throttle back on that just a moment. Go again. Come again.
Which you throttle
Which
back
part?
on the penis part of the.
They make drink girls out of they make girls. I can't even say.
They make it attractive, so they have these big glass beer glasses, okay, that are
Penises.
yep. And
You suddenly got shy saying it just
What-
now when
I was
you said
thinking
it
of
30
a-
seconds ago.
there was another word I was going to put in there,
Dicks, dongs.
phallic.
Okay.
And
Are you people as amazed as I am? This is called mainstream metaphysics.
oh yeah,
And
April
we're-
Fool's
and
edition.
I'm wondering what the metaphysics are to a penis glass that a girl is drinking out of. It's Senior Frogs. I'm looking for the metaphysics here. Maybe he can wrap it in there. Okay. Anyway, back to you.
Transcend.
And they
What is this show? Mainstream metaphysics.
Go ahead, Nick. I want to hear about the
What
girls
if
drinking out of the.
What if
penis.
somebody was tuning in right now for the very first time, looking for some metaphysical?
this show is so goofy tonight. We're probably going to get a call from someone like shows like remember
Actually, this show will be canceled tonight after this.
right?
Yeah,
Remember
tonight will
Mystery
do it.
Science Theater 3000?
That's right.
Stuff like that.
That's right.
This is going to be a cult show,
It makes Wayne's World look like Masterpiece Theater.
right?
Excellent,
Wow.
excellent, party on, excellent.
Just telling stories.
That's it. Sometimes that's what you need to do.
So those girls had to chug the beer.
I understand
They
that.
wait a minute, when you say they had to, were they?
Well, if
Enslaved
the girls
in some way?
They wanted it.
the bartenders would cajole them. Come on, do it. Come on, try it. And when
And if they were
people-
drunk enough already, they
there's
would.
the key
Yeah,
because
sure.
they start with tequila.
Oh God, I had a bad experience with tequila once.
I was on a cruise once, and there was a bad rum experience.
Oh man.
And
Oh, man.
And we won. I won a talent contest with my buddy who I brought. This is a long time ago when I used to drink, and the next day I'm in the upper bunk, he's in a lower bunk, and there's vomit all over the floor, right? And I said, "What are you doing, Rob?" And he goes, "What do you mean? What am I doing? You did it." And I said, "I didn't do it." So we both ended up cleaning it up, and we both said, "I said, don't look on our deathbed. We better admit this. If it was you, you better admit it. If it was me, I'll admit it, right?" And he died 10 years ago. And I said to his widow, as soon as it happened, I said, "Did he tell you? Did he tell you?
Did he tell you anything?
Did he tell you anything about a cruise that we went on?
Yeah,
Did he admit
exactly.
it? He never
That's
admitted it. So now I still don't know if it was me or not.
Now we have dead men tell no tales. Dead men tell no tales.
As soon as I get to heaven,
But
I'm
nice
gonna talk.
consolation, nice consoling with the widow. Good.
Oh, I think my consolation that I got to live.
No. Nice consoling.
That's
Her.
Well, she knows my sense of humor.
Sure.
Did he tell you? I felt like Larry David. Sometimes that was Larry David moments. We used to have a thing with, like we do Seinfeld. My wife when I was married and happily married. You ever do this? You leave the house. You say goodbye. You forgot something, right? So we made this thing up that Seinfeld would have said this, but he never. I don't think he ever had an episode. We used to call it in the Seinfeld voice. We come back on. I did the fake leave. It was the fake leave. So that's what we do with Seinfeld thing. We'd always do Seinfeld stuff. Anyway, I don't want to cry and talk about my wonderful marriage that's completely crumbled to a cult.
And this is the second marriage you're talking about.
I've had a few.
Uh-huh.
I have one.
Why?
some people say
wonderful-
that regarding alcohol. I've had a few too many.
I've had a few. I had one where
I
AC/DC
had
sang
a
at my wedding.
dream.
You knew that, right?
Yes, I did.
AC/DC sang at my wedding.
No kidding.
Honest to God.
Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell.
You should have known at that point.
Yeah.
Not
dirty,
cult.
dirty deeds done dirt
Dirt,
cheap.
yeah.
Oh yeah, all those songs. They were all written at my wedding. It is true though. He did sing they sang at my wedding.
Did they
Pretty-
really?
True story, yeah. Got up with the wedding band. Imagine you're the wedding band in Pennsylvania. You're all excited playing this wedding. A couple celebrities are there. All of a sudden, AC/DC gets up and give me that guitar. And yeah, I've had quite a crazy.
Life.
It's just I think about it all the time. And the daredevil things I've done, and here it all is right here. Here's the career.
This is where it ends
I'm on
up.
green screen. What was that?
It
My
was
phone dropped.
It
Or they,
Okay.
maybe the
chair.
other shoe just dropped.
just falling apart. Well, I mean, if this is the end for you, Craig, then I wouldn't say
No, I call
necessarily,
it-
but I would think that you've got many, many more miles to go and
This
years
is the
ahead of
beginning.
you.
This is the
it's
beginning.
just the beginning.
It's
apparently.
just the beginning.
You've
I
got-
can't stand these chairs. It makes it sound like every time I move. Carolyn's going, "Whoa, Craig, I just met you." Yeah. But it's one of the, I have to
I take
call
all
it out.
comers.
I have to call it out though, so you do know that it's the moving of the chair and not anything else.
Well, that's like your routine from way
What's
back,
that? What?
where you talk about driving around in a smelly area with someone on a first date.
You remember that? Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you ever, it was-
catalytic converter.
Oh, that's what I used to say. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I made it into something else. Now I'm blanking what it is. Is that a rubber plant? No. What was? Oh, I can't remember my own jokes. Actually, it reminds me of AC/DC.
Maybe you are at the end.
It's hard to remember your stuff. I do hours of material. Did you ever see me perform?
I haven't.
What the hell?
I know.
You're my co-host.
I know.
Invite her. End of the month. The
Oh,
27th.
where?
I'll be at the Canyon Club.
At the Canyon in Agora Hills.
Yeah, it's coming right up.
Audrey and I have seen Craig perform so many times, and keep going back.
Yeah.
I've actually been invited to sing at the Canyon Club.
I hope
Just
it's not.
saying.
Just hope it's not on the 27th.
On the 27th. What?
Maybe you're on after me because I'm a 6 o'clock. They always make my
You're
shows
opening for
early
me.
these days. I'm the
Craig
early bird
Shoemaker's
special.
opening for me. For my,
I know I'm getting
for my
older.
little cabaret act.
My audience is getting older. You know, I know this is a true story. You know, they say, "Hey, how come you don't come to the show?" "Oh, I got a wedding." This is the old days. I got a wedding. I got a birthday. Whatever. These days, last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 people in a row go, "Oh, I'm sorry. The next day, I'm having hip replacement surgery." That's how I know I'm done.
I got to be in bed early.
Oh, urinary tract infections. I've got every damn ailment now. Nobody misses the show for a normal old reason. Yes.
No one just says, I didn't feel like going.
The 27th is a Sunday.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
did it on
Yes.
purpose for our people.
Are we going for
people.
our
Here, here.
people? Here, you mean the elderly?
Our people.
God.
I wouldn't call it elderly if you're over 40.
It's been
Carolyn has a show on the
Wow.
12th, by the way. I just thought I'd announce that.
on the 12th at the Gardenia. Come see me at the Gardenia. It's on Santa Monica Boulevard,
That's a
just east
great
of La
place.
Brea Cabaret.
That's a great place.
That's
I
right.
saw,
Have you ever seen me?
Andrea Marcovici. Is that what
Have
her
you
name
ever seen me perform?
is? No. Have
What?
I?
And he's my co-host.
Have I
please.
seen you before?
Next week on
I don't think I
Mainstream
have.
Metaphysics,
Oh,
they will
I
not
sang
be
with your
me.
sister-in-law.
I'm sure.
That's close.
Oh, she.
I,
Yeah.
I sang with her a few weeks ago. I
The
walked in. I'm
sagebrush.
like, what the?
Did you
She's
know she
running-
was singing?
No.
She's brilliant.
Yes, and I got up and sang with her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the shark bites with such teeth. Yeah. I sang Mac the Knife with her. And she did a lot of wiggling. Does a lot of dancing, a little fiddler in the roof hat.
That's right, and I'm sure some fabulous backup vocals.
Oh, yeah, backup vocals and a backup band. They
Sure.
do karaoke
Oh,
with a
absolutely.
band.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
cool.
live
At
karaoke.
the Sagebrush.
I actually have to go.
More
down and
people
do
will go
that sometime.
there than see you at the Gardenia or me at the Canyon Club. We're getting all the people to go to the karaoke.
By the
Have
way,
you been there for the karaoke?
yes, and but at the
Do you know? Are you
Sagebrush.
ready for something? I have not been to see Becca sing karaoke at the at the Canyon Club, at the Sagebrush.
The Sagebrush. By the way, across the street from the Sagebrush, there is a restaurant called the Mulholland. Okay, It is really good, really good. Been there
We're
with
plugging
Mike
a
and
lot
Pat.
of things tonight.
Oh, I
Are we
know.
getting paid?
No, we're not getting paid. They want us to sing, by the way.
Oh, you should sing.
Craig,
together.
you and Carolyn should sing together. Do you have a nice a nice voice, Craig? Would you say?
Well, I
Have you
sang
been
on
told you have?
Broadway,
Well, okay then.
so
He
that
does have a good voice. I've
Yeah.
heard him sing.
I had a weird thing that
Of course, that
happened.
doesn't mean anything. Do you have a nice voice?
Well, you can't brag about yourself, but I will tell you what happened. I was touring with Kenny Loggins. You know, Kenny Loggins.
Sure.
I was a young lad and opening for him, and he heard me. I sing in my act, and he goes, "Remember that bit, the national anthem? Remember that?" So
Yeah.
he
Love
heard
Master.
he heard my voice. Yeah, he heard my voice. He goes, "We're opening on Broadway. Literally, my name is on in lights." I'm going, "Oh my God!" I couldn't believe it. It's Kenny Loggins, special guest Craig Shoemaker, Broadway. Hours before the show, he goes, "Craig, I'm freaking out. Triss is sick. Can you sing bass?" I'm all nervous. I go, "Yeah, sure, Kenny. Footloose, footloose. Go to Sunday school." So I learned the bass line over dinner, which I don't really sing bass. I'm a baritone. And then my friends they came up on the plane, on the train. So they're all drunk, They come down the aisle. I'm up doing comedy. Go, yo, shoo! They're with tubs of beer. Tell them about the time you pissed your pants in Miss Kleinmel's class. They're ripping on me. They passed out in the front row. I come back out with Kenny Loggins. I got sunglasses on because I'm trying to think of the notes. All of a sudden, the one wakes up. He goes, yo, there's Shoes singing with Kenny Loggins. Do Pooh Corner. Winnie the Pooh doesn't know. Anyway, I have a video of Tom Jones telling me I got pipes like Pavarotti.
Nice. Very
That's
nice.
what he said.
All right.
You got pipes like Pavarotti. He sings in my buddy's living room. It's crazy. That dude's got a voice.
He still does, too.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
he
I
does.
know.
He sings in my buddy's living room. It's unbelievable. He is. And I was not a Tom Jones guy. He's a little before my time. But wow, he's my guy now. Have you? Oh my, that is. He's got an instrument like nobody else, and he gets up and he jams at my friend's living room with like Tony Orlando and stuff. It's pretty cool.
That I would actually. That I'd love to see.
Oh, to see these guys, there's my buddy in his living room. There's like Macy Gray, Beach Boys, Jackson Brown from Me to You Away. Almost crazy these
Wow.
parties. Oh yeah, my buddy Jeff. But so Tom Jones approached me after I got up and jammed, and then we had another party over here in Westlake. Were you at that party? It was Kenny Loggins and REO Speedwagon, Kevin Cronin. He's a neighbor here. And Kevin comes up and he tells a story in front of all these people in my parking lot. He goes, Kenny, they never met before, which is crazy. 80s icons. He goes, back in the day, we used to get all the scripts for movies, and we got this one script that was very light on dialogue, a lot of action. He goes, I didn't really respond to it. And I had this actor I never heard of before named Tom Cruise. He goes, there's a little movie called Top Gun. And he goes, there's a song called Danger Zone. And Kenny turns to me and goes, so you passed? He goes, I passed. And Kenny goes, thanks for passing. He goes, I was only offered the volleyball scene. They called me up and they said, somebody passed the Danger Zone. It literally made Kenny Loggins, that move, millions of dollars
Truly.
with Danger Zone.
Truly.
So then they did it together in the parking lot, which was crazy. And I don't know how that song was ever done without my maracas flying to the Danger Zone. But they brought the whole place. They couldn't believe they were hearing this story for the first time. No one had ever heard the story before. Kenny was hearing it for the first time. That originally Kevin had that song. But yeah, he's a local here. Did you know that?
Kevin Cronin?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you do know. Yeah. Well, you're in music. I'm music adjacent. Gardenia is a beautiful place.
It's fun. It's very intimate.
Andrea Marcovici, that's her name, right?
Andrea Marcovici, yeah.
Andrea
Yeah,
Marcovici.
yeah,
I saw her there a long time
I think she's
ago.
usually there once a month.
Oh, she still does it.
I think so. Yeah.
You must know my buddy Michael Orland.
I know of Michael Orland. Yeah.
Yes, he accompanies a lot of people. He did the
Yeah.
American Idol.
I have Mitch Kaplan on my ivories. So,
Okay.
And happy to have him. Grateful to have him, actually. So,
All right, what do you want to sing?
right now,
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh,
We have 4 minutes left in the show.
Nothing, because I'm actually fighting a little something. So,
I got sunshine.
good for you.
Oh, she
Speaking
wants
of-
to be paid. I did comedy for nothing today.
When?
Oh,
Oh, come on.
that was deep.
Wow.
I was going to bring people to the Gardenia.
No, you weren't.
Speaking of music, by the way,
A lot of
our
people are going to
our
the
mutual friend Freddie Revelle performs this coming Saturday night at the Grape in Ventura. We've had our tickets for a few weeks, so
Wow,
if you
really?
haven't seen Freddie, Freddie is a very, very talented pianist with
We went
his
together.
band. We saw that
Vibrato.
at Vibrato.
We
Yep.
went together.
Yep. So we're going to see him again, and Freddie does his own music, which is I've been listening to Freddie since like 1991.
Yeah.
But he was an arranger and producer with Earth, Wind and Fire. He's worked with Carlos Santana amongst others, so he is very
Al
respected.
Jarreau.
Al Jarreau, that's right.
Oh, my God.
So-
what a great voice he had.
Oh my God, absolutely. I went to his. One time I went backstage. I knew one of the players, and I said, and they said, "Oh, this is Kiki Ebsen. Do you know her? I don't know if you know her." And I said, "Oh, Ebsen." I said, "Buddy Ebsen, same name." I go, "You know, he was the original Tin Man." She goes, "I know he was my father."
Yeah, that's cool.
I felt like such an idiot. I didn't put the two and two together.
Have you ever seen The Greatest Night in Pop? It's all about the making of We Are the World.
Oh, it's one of the best
one of-
documentaries
and
ever.
It's like and Al Jarreau, he just,
Oh, that-
drunk as a skunk. It was just
a lot
amazing.
of them were.
Well, he's the one who nearly kind of tanked it a little bit.
That's exactly right.
But,
a few of them, and
yeah.
cocaine, and but what a great documentary. How that thing was ever made. You know, the other one is
Stevie Wonder, who nearly tanked it and then saved it. Because nearly tanked it because he said, I think we should have a line in Swahili. And Waylon Jennings said, I'm out.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Waylon walks out.
It shows him walking
right?
out.
And who did Live Aid? Geffen? No, Gelbart?
Geldof.
Geldof. Bob Geldof came in and said, we're not actually marketing this to those in
Right.
who speak Swahili. It's to the people who will donate.
That's
who
right.
will donate.
Right.
And so it nearly got, and Stevie backed off, and then oh come on, they just Bob Dylan was looking around at all of these people who actually had tremendous pipes. And said, I can't, and
they had to work with him.
Stevie
Yeah.
mimicked him.
Yeah.
And Stevie and Quincy kind of got Bob
Yeah.
to do what Quincy wanted them to do. So Stevie basically...
They tailored it to him.
Yeah. And so Stevie almost tanked it, and then he saved it for Bob.
They went over
amazing.
every note with him.
Amazing.
We are the world. We are the children.
Let's
Make a better day. You and me. You are the world.
There was a lot of things with a lot of people. Like there was a whole
Did
thing
you see it? That documentary?
Oh, it's amazing.
Boy George. There was a whole drama with him
And Madonna versus Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper jewelry, by the way.
I know.
Her-
Yeah,
her
exactly.
jewelry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my jewelry.
She could take a
And Michael Jackson, think whatever you want about him, his voice and the video of him recording when nobody else is there, everybody coming in. He didn't go to the American Music Awards or whatever it was, and him singing. It's a flawless voice.
Everybody's had such an impact on that. I remember when Springsteen came in. We are the world. We are the children. Right. Each one that came in had a whole different
and
jam.
Huey Lewis.
They loved Huey Lewis, by the way. They all praised him.
That's right. But Steve Perry went before Huey Lewis, and Huey, like during the rehearsal, and Huey went, I don't know what to do because I have to go after Steve Perry with one of those once in a species voices, and it's just
right.
miraculous.
Yeah.
But he worked it. He did it. Anyway, the greatest night in pop.
Ray Charles too.
Oh yeah.
I opened for him too. I used to tour with him. First time I met him, he grabs me by the hand and he starts feeling my arm. And then he starts going like this. He goes, "You're a strapping young man." It's like, well, okay, let's watch where you're going there. But then I saw the movie, and he actually would feel people's wrists to know who they were. But it was a shame because in opening for him, he had a manager that dressed him so horribly.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm going, he's blind. It's terrible he would do that to him. He would wear this thing that was from my 70s prom, this robin's egg blue with ruffles and stuff, and he hardly ever sang. It was the Raylettes did most of the I don't know why they did that. These people paid a load of money in Vegas to see me and the Raylettes, and he sang like 3 songs.
Well, I saw him years ago at the Hollywood Bowl, where he sang a lot, and it was fabulous.
Oh, he's unbelievable. He was
I wish I had seen him live. I never did.
Yeah, it was great.
Who's your best concert ever?
Probably Liza. Probably Liza at the Hollywood Bowl.
What?
Because I went in thinking, I thought this woman has now become a bit of a caricature of herself.
Yeah.
And she comes out and she sits on the edge of the piano and she starts talking, she starts singing, and the moment she opens her mouth I went, okay, rethink, recalibrating. And by the time she walked off the stage at the end of the first act, and she came back on and she went, like she's taken a photograph of the audience for her memory. I went, that's it. I'm all yours. I'm all yours. So I love that. But I also love the Stones. I love seeing the Stones, and I enjoyed a good Bruce Springsteen. Actually, one of the best that I ever saw was I think Bowie, the
oh yeah.
The Serious Moonlight Tour.
Springsteen, I'm with you on that. I've seen him 17 times.
Did you really?
Yeah.
The
what
best.
about you?
I've seen so many different bands from being a kid in the 70s, but the best all-time concert, best performance was probably like 2010, the Eagles at the Hollywood Bowl.
I hear they are amazing.
And this is when Glenn Fry was still
it was
alive.
better then, yeah.
And at that point, an Eagles concert was the Eagles, but you got all of Glenn's songs, all Don Henley songs, and all Joe Walsh's songs.
Yeah.
And so it was this mega concert.
Yeah.
And there was performance, intermission, they'd come back again. And it was just unbelievable.
You know, it's
because
underrated that Timothy Schmidt, who's in that band.
the bassist.
He's underrated. What a voice he has. When
Right.
He's a real high voice.
Speaking of Broadway and the Eagles, how do the two, where do the two intersect? Don Henley has a version of Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat. Have you ever heard it?
No?
No.
It's like, whoever did, whoever did it on the cast recording of Guys and Dolls, that's fine. And in the movie, that's fine. But Don Henley's is so haunting. And it's slow, and it's wonderful. So I highly recommend it if you can find it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
There
Thank
go.
you.
You're welcome.
We probably should close the show
I don't know.
since we're after 8 o'clock. But, well, we're like time.
Time flies.
when you're
we will
having
get
fun.
to the. We will get to the.
Well, I'd like to have you both back on the show individually. But and when is the next?
Why you didn't like us together?
Talk to my agent.
What?
I can have you both back on.
If you'll sing.
Stubby K.
And
Thank
if
you,
you'll be
Michael
funny.
Place. Stubby K. Did Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat.
When is the next antidote meeting?
Oh, we have to do that soon. But you can contact me to be put on the list. I created something called the Antidote Collective, local, in this area. I'm going to expand it eventually. And it's for people, wellness leaders, new thought leaders,
Like-minded people.
love and like-minded people, but mostly laughter-based.
Right.
You know, I take people through guided laughitations and stuff, and it's been beautiful. And you know what's been happening is one of the goals is achieved is people are helping one another in business.
Right.
Someone's on a health protocol that was brought there. I mean, it's happening like crazy. It's wonderful. And so what I wanted to manifest is happening. So the next meeting will probably be in a couple weeks. I'm just still trying to get some people to help me with this. I'm so busy. But it's been awesome.
And the
You
last
should come
three.
Do you live local?
I'm in Burbank. All right.
The last three have been at the
You're in
Newmont Center.
Burbank? Wow. Thought you were.
Why is that hard?
Well, I just thought you were here.
No, I'm in Burbank.
Oh,
Lovely home. Been there.
okay. Well, I guess we'll be invited at some point. Maybe we'll do this out of there.
Her holiday chocolate party is unbelievable.
The all candy Christmas party.
Oh my God!
Holiday chocolate party. Okay.
It's like an all candy Christmas party.
It's a Christmas
It's
candy party.
amazing. It is amazing. You walk in and your teeth hurt. You haven't even eaten.
You haven't
anything
even
yet.
eaten anything yet.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Audrey says you have to come to the antidote.
Carolyn
Yeah.
has to come to the antidote party.
If you
Yes.
like
It's fun.
laughter, it's laughter based.
It's
I'm okay with laughter.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
It's the
iffy.
best.
I'm
It's
on the
the
fence.
It's the best.
or just come play celebrity with us and you'll be crying, laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like we make fun of everybody. Trust us.
It's true.
We get a little.
Well, I made it the whole time with my kids, waiting for Dad. I guarantee they're not watching.
No, Craig can do trapeze at Carolyn's house.
Yeah.
Of all the things I've done in my life, I have not done that one.
Well, what you just saw, I played a little video for them of that's not what you would be doing.
Oh, but I will get to do the trapeze.
If you want to do flying trapeze, you have to go someplace else.
Oh, okay.
If you want to do hanging trapeze, you can come over to my house.
You just hang.
And it's not a euphemism.
God, here we go. I think on that note, both of you, please, when you have time, come back to the show.
Of course.
There's a lot of hoodoo stuff to talk about and stuff that I definitely have employed when it comes to
Put it
the hoodoo and manifestation, which we'll talk
Yeah.
about that on another
Yes.
show. And by the way, before we jump, because you and I have talked about this, we have another week of Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes direct on Monday, April 7th, like 4-something a.m. on the West Coast. So
What do? Do we stay indoors? Don't talk. to
don't
anybody?
argue with people. Don't sign
talk-
contracts.
Yesterday, a lot of arguments.
Yeah, because people are argumentative right now, and especially with Mercury, in the sign of Aries. I mean, that's an aggressive communication. So
Not a good time to negotiate.
no,
Except-
it's not.
Except if you're like Nick or Audrey or myself,
And you're
who
are
were
born with Mercury retrograde,
during a Mercury retrograde.
and that's
Who knew?
that's do as I say, not as I do.
That's right.
Seriously, and it works. It really works. The other thing for you, Carol, as we talked
Yes,
about
sir.
briefly, is have you teach hoodoo at the Newmont Center.
Absolutely.
And we will put that on the calendar. That's so cool. And
We'll get some love spells, some money spells, some reversal spells if you
What's
think you've
hoodoo?
been.
and we'll sit a spell.
I will. What is hoodoo? I will explain it to you possibly off air, and then I will explain it during the class that I will teach.
And
It's
hope-
what I it's Southern African American folk magic, and it's what I call also small magic.
Yep. And it
Very
works.
doable.
Works
Very doable
very
and
well.
very
I can
effective.
Testify.
What does it work doing? I mean, what happens?
You create. You manifest.
Okay.
Oh, it's cool. It's very cool. It's not a cult.
It's not a cult,
I'm good.
unless you've got like unless you consider
Join
like
any cult.
50 million people.
I'm sensitive now. to
Oh,
the
my
cult
God.
thing, but I'll be fine.
So we are going to sign off. We're running over time. Thank you for watching. It really is mainstream metaphysics, bad acting and all. And I will be back on next week with guest to be determined. One of the things that will happen on my show, all kidding aside, is I'm going to have Audrey on as a guest talking about her book, Audrey Newmont.
Oh,
and
the
her
new book?
Yes.
Beautiful cover, by the way.
And it's a wonderful book. It's so good. It's therapy in 98 pages. It's a do-it-yourself. And if you don't have the book
It's a
yet,
game.
yes, it is a game. Make therapy a game. Anyway, thank you, both of you, for coming on tonight. And
Always.
the jocularity and
Anything for you.
and wow.
Well,
Right there.
let's not go crazy.
I didn't mean
Let's not go nuts.
It's mostly nuts. Oh, Henry.
Anything but flying trapeze.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd love to have both of you back on the show. Of
course.
It's singularly and collectively, and
We fooled
good.
no one.
It's a
but
good time.
Next time, next time we'll just play it straight.
I don't know. We might have. I choose to believe that there's somebody out there that thought it was real.
Please write to us.
don't leave us hanging. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And over the next week, continue to lay low. Don't get people mad at you. Don't pick fights. Just put your head under the covers and look.
I'm going to sleep right
Or
now.
talk to me.
Okay. They're going to sleep right now because they're saying, end the show, end the show.
Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next week. Thank you to both of them, these wonderful people. Good night, everyone.
CraigShoemaker.com. Look me up.
CarolynHennessy.com.
There you go.
You can if you want to.
NickNewmont.net. Good night, everyone.